Hello, folks. Jeffrey Daugherty, Christian Whistleblower. Welcome back. We're once again looking at the war in heaven, the fifth stage of theocracy. Theocracy being the bad guys on the astral plane that are seeking to facilitate the control of humans and the most efficient transfer of humans into their soul farms once said humans leave this level of existence. And the fifth stage of theocracy moves things beyond, of course, the fourth stage, third stage, second stage, first stage. And the fifth stage involves moving and expanding beyond just religious mind control. And that makes sense because a lot of people are moving beyond religious mind control. And the more effective I am, the more effective I am, the more people will be moving beyond religious mind control. And we have the tendency to celebrate. Oh, we made it. We're free. Well, we still need to be ever diligent because we still remain a target of entities that do not have our best interest in mind. And they're moving beyond religious mind control, moving into, like we've shared, sports teams, gambling, musical groups, even areas of interest that get you, anything that gets you into, I'm guaranteeing you there's marijuana clubs and opiates and all kinds of drugs. I guarantee you it's probably sexual practices and anything that puts you into an altered state of mind. Anything that gets you out of the full divinity, sovereignty, and freedom of your own spirit. And they put you under control here so they can vampirize you while you're here, and then they prepare you to move smoothly and without any trouble into their soul farm once you leave this life, so you can continue to be sustenance for them until they quite literally take so much from you that you will disintegrate and go back into fertilize, if you will, the astral plane. And that's just the truth of it. But we're moving into a different dimension as well. Not only is it just mind control from psychic type of work, whether it be, the religions or the groups. There's probably even motorcycle enthusiasts type of soul farms. Now, you may be able to ride your hog in eternity as long as you have the power to stay on the thing. Yes, maybe coming under a little bit of attack as I share this information. So we're pressing through no matter what. But it's also moving into a technology realm as well. They're employing technology, they being the theocrats, the ones that are trying to control us. There's more and more mind control technology being marshaled against us. Of course, we know through television, through radio, through all types of media, Wi-Fi. And one thing we have to become cognizant of, and Rex Barrett talked about this on the Leak Project the other day, is the things that they're putting into food. There's some of these additives. If you go through the drive-thru and you eat it out of a sack, man, you are just taking way too big of chances, because I really believe they're putting stuff in the food. If you watch Leak Project, there's data that shows that they are putting additives in the food that put things in your body that stay there, that can possibly later be activated, fungus and virus and things like that are engineered and might even be of nanotype technology. So you've got to be very, very cognizant about what you put in your body. You've got to be very, very cognizant about where you eat. You've got to be very, very cognizant about what you eat. My encouragement to you would be to be as organic as possible and as local as possible with your choice of food and with your choice of that which you put in your body. You really need to think about it. And I would even really think about stuff, right down to, am I going to take that pain reliever? Because there's a lot of stuff going on, and it doesn't hurt you at all to maintain control over your own body and what you put into it. Not trying to create a bunch of fear, but just trying to tell you, be as organic as possible, be as local as possible. And, you get back to the whole meat thing, and It's a lot easier to add and alter meat than it is plant food sources. Wow, I really feel like I'm sorry, and I'm not that tired. I'm just getting a lot of, pressure on me here. That's crazy. But we're not going to stop. We're going to go through, and we're feeling great. So this is part of the fifth stage of theocracy, this technological oppression and this technological problem that we're facing. And there's new stuff coming down the pike technologically. And this is, here's from the Atlanta, I think the Atlanta Business Chronicle. AT&T developing cool. Oh, it's such a cool new technology. Bone conduction. That's right. What they want to do is they want to take information from a device, like say you have like a little wrist type of thing. The device sends a signal through your body using your bone structure as a conductive network, for lack of a better term, and then sends that message out, say through your hand, to another device which is in your door, which opens your door just by a touch. Or you can even walk up to your door like this and your door will open. Oh, isn't that so cool? Or you can just touch a thing on a screen and your bank account will be deducted for the price of the product. They're saying how cool that is. See, it goes in from this network, you get from the network, from the cloud or whatever, it sends into a device, which let's say is on your wrist. And then that device runs through your body, and then it goes out to the second device, which would be on the door, on your door at home. Bloop, it opens up by your touch. It doesn't take much extrapolation. It doesn't take much of a conspiratorial mindset to say, well, once this message goes in and it's bouncing all around in here, surely they wouldn't leave anything behind that they could activate later. Surely they wouldn't be trying to activate into our brains. Surely our wonderful, loving tech giants and government wouldn't do that at all. And they certainly wouldn't be going in here and maybe recording your stuff out of your brain. Bloop. Now they got it in the network. They might. What if they go in and record your consciousness? I mean, is it possible to map your consciousness? Now they got you loaded up. And they could download it into something else? They could clone you without you even knowing about it. Wow. Vote Democrat. I think I'm going to vote Democrat this time. Voting booth. Buy more stuff. I think I need some more stuff. Secret wave. Let's record this guy's consciousness. Let's record this lady's consciousness. Boop. It's stored. Really cool. Thank you, AT&T, for being so cool. I don't know about you, but I'll pass. But that's just an idea of technology that they want to do and that they are doing. And if it's being bandied about like this, it's already done. You know that. This one, and we're talking about and not only are they broadcasting, they being the theocrats, this technology from psychic sources. Not only are we facing it from this type of technological sources, but also you've heard people talking about, is the moon a broadcaster? I don't know who this person is, but her website came up for Is the Moon Broadcasting? David Icke has talked about it. Moon Treaty of 1979. You talk about all of this stuff about the moon. Is the moon broadcasting mind control frequencies or frequencies of some sort? I don't know. NASA has shown that, and this is from the actual NASA website, the Cassini probe has recorded Saturn emitting radio transmissions. And you thought those rings were just pretty. Then there's the whole, talk about what Saturn is. And if you look at this scale, this shows the intensity in decibels of the radio frequencies. So is Saturn broadcasting data to the solar system? And what is it broadcasting it for? I was going to play the sound of Saturn's radio emissions, but I don't think I want to play the sound of Saturn's radio emissions. They have changing frequencies. And the craft began detecting these radio emissions in 2002. And of course, they decided they didn't want to tell us about it until now. But I mean, come on, man. Saturn's broadcasting. Is the moon broadcasting? You've got all these crazy new devices coming up. So you can see that we need to be vigilant and we need to be diligent in avoiding as much of this, I would think, as we can. I am not going to be the first one in line for the big, it's the 5th stage of theocracy. And what are they talking about now? 5D. I don't know, man. 5th generation of your cellular technology. 5G, I'm sorry, not 5D, 5G. We need to be cognizant of what we let come in, of what we let come in our body, what we let come in our mind, what we subject ourselves to as far as electronics. I mean, all these smart devices, these smart appliances, they're already real and they're already with us. Now, the War in Heaven talks about something else that's especially chilling to me and makes perfect sense to me, that they're now graduating the theocracy, the theocrats are now graduating and are beginning to employ control techniques, psychic, spiritual, and technological. They claim to have the Invisible College, which is the quote-unquote good guys, claims that the theocracy has machinery on the astral plane that is also broadcasting these control-type frequencies. So that's why I talk about shielding yourself. That's why I talk about things like closing down chakras so there's less points of contact with you. And we're still doing that. If you want to schedule a session, please do so. Just contact me through this channel or through the website, which is in the box below, or christianwhistleblower@gmail.com. So that's why I'm talking about being diligent, because now they're stepping up their game to where it's not this stuff that anybody with basic spirituality can detect and move past. Now they're making it a little bit more difficult. So you've got to be a little more spiritually diligent. You've got to be a little more spiritually aware. You can't just come out and be in this love and light. All I have to do is ask them if they're of the light, and if they say yes, well, then I'm just going to work with them because they're so nice. They just love us, and they just want some worship. You have to get more discerning than that. Of course they can lie to you. Anything you ask, are you of the light? Of course they can lie and say yes they are when no they're not. So you have to be more diligent, or you'll wind up riding a unicorn over the rainbow through an astral strawberry field where you'll be locked in their soul farm forever. But it'll feel so nice, and it'll really witness with my spirit. And I keep asking the unicorn, are you of the light? And he keeps saying, yes, because he's a unicorn, right? Yes. Yeah. That's a little better. Come on, guys. You got to be smarter than that. You got to be better than that. That's why I talk about guiding your own spirit, being your own guru, mastering your own ascension, unwinding your mind, unindoctrinating yourself, because those who are not unindoctrinated will be sedated. Those who don't unwind their mind will have their mind wound for them. It's up to you to do the due diligence. It's up to you to monitor as much as possible what comes in your body. It's up to you as much as possible to monitor what you eat, what type of electronic frequencies to some extent you take in, what type of, if you allow yourself to go into trance states, listening, watching, being in the midst of, any various and sundry activity. It's up to you if you want to be a New Age love and light lunatic without any discernment, or thinking that it's all rainbows and poppy fields when it's a battlefield. It's up to you. All I can do is bring you the message, and hopefully you'll realize that it is 5G. It is the 5th stage of theocracy. It is biological war through food. It is psychological war through psychic manipulation. It is electronic warfare in both technology of this plane and technology of the astral plane, perhaps even from the universal sources or the planetary sources. And they are stepping up their game. They are becoming more sophisticated, and they're not so blunt anymore. They're not just a blunt instrument. They're not just, coming in looking like zombies. Although some of you would probably like that. But they're being more subtle, and they're faking, they're lying. And I would stop channeling stuff. I would stop seeking soul guides. I'd stop seeking spirit guides. I would stop seeking a lot of this crap. And even those of you that are more advanced in what I'm talking about, start being careful with the allies you select, and start being much more selective. Raise your standards of protection and filtration and whatnot. We are in a war. There is a war in heaven on this earth plane. There is a war on the astral plane. There is a war on the solar plane, solar system plane as well. Being forewarned is forearmed. I'm not trying to scare you. Just, oh my God, the sky's falling, all this stuff is bad. No, I'm saying, here's what's going on. Here's what you can do about it. Shield yourself daily. Consider closing off your chakras. I'm not saying remove them, close them down, seal them off, so there's less, because they're not organic. They were made by the rat bastard. He didn't make them for your betterment. Eat closer to home. Eat more organically. Don't allow yourself to be getting into trance that's not of your own control. And realize that the spiritual planes are not playgrounds, they're battlegrounds. And you go there with a target on your back. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Forewarned, forearmed, unwound, unindoctrinated, leading ourselves, guiding ourselves, mastering ourselves. That's what it's all about. And do all this, be excellent to you, so then it's much easier for us all to be excellent to each other.